subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest updates. The eye of Hurricane Paulette passed over Bermuda in its entirety earlier this morning, and the eye is starting to close up just a little bit as it leaves the island, still most of it underneath the eye of the storm. Category 1 still at this point, 32.5 degrees north, 64.7 degrees west. At 7 a.m. local time, winds were 90 miles per hour, that's 150 kilometers per hour, pressure of 973, moving north-northwest. CDPS has just dropped below the stage 4 threshold down to stage 3. But still, we're looking at conditions in Bermuda right now. Hurricane force winds. The storm size is still fairly significant. Rainfall potential isn't a huge amount, although there could still be 4 inches or maybe 5 across the island. Stage 3, extensive damage possible. Here it is right now then. The center of the storm probably missed the island by just a couple of miles, but still the hurricane force winds will have reached the island quite clearly. 150-mile wind field in the northern quadrants. It's currently 7 miles from St. George's, 646 from Cape Hatteras, 694 from Cape Cod, 836 from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and 1212 from St. John's in Newfoundland. Hurricane warning remains in effect for Bermuda at this time. No other warnings are in effect. This is the estimated wind speed, and you can see there the satellite estimates are a little bit higher than what the National Hurricane Center are saying. So obviously the recon planes and the ground observations supporting a slightly weaker storm than what the satellites would imply. But there it is right now, taking it towards the northeast after passing Bermuda there, becoming a major hurricane by the time we get into Tuesday by the looks of things, and it'll probably reach Category 2 later today. Indeed, it could have made a Category 2 landfall on Bermuda, it's what I was forecasting, and it's just fallen short of that, thankfully. Later on in the forecast, it will stall out over the North Atlantic and then dip southwards towards the Azores, and that remains fairly unclear what will happen next at that stage. So this is what the GFS model is saying. You can see the storm's moisture plume there and continuing off towards the northeast. As you can see, effects along the North American coast not severe, but there could be some rip current threats. And then what's left of the storm, if it is still a tropical storm, that would be something, but then it dips really far south, and who knows where it goes after that. You can also see the remnants of Rene there moving off the screen towards the bottom left-hand side. That's still traceable. And then you've got Teddy moving in, recently named storm, another one now, the 20th depression of the season, and there it is entering the picture. That could also be a threat to Bermuda. Sea surface temperatures around Paulette right now are still fairly warm, around 27, maybe even 28 degrees Celsius, these temperatures displayed in Fahrenheit, and cooling down as the storm does move up towards the northeast. So that was Bermuda being swiped by the hurricane there, and the wind threat you can see expands right up towards the northeast, though not affecting land, and then it will still contain tropical storm force winds as it dips southwards there and looks like it loses it as it passes the Azores. A very interesting track on the forecast there from the GFS. These are what the models are saying, and you can see they're expecting that peak tomorrow during the day by the looks of things. Major hurricane peak, some models suggesting it could get near Category 4. Wind shear is low right now, so the conditions are prime at the moment and will remain so for about 18 hours. Sea surface temperatures are near its peak, and that will be still conducive for another 18 to 24 hours at least before starting to drop. And relative humidity a little bit on the low side actually, and dry air has been affecting this storm bit by bit. So you can see it's made almost a perfect direct hit over Bermuda, just passing ever so slightly to the east of the island, but the whole of Bermuda has been witness to the storm's eye, and that will continue for some areas for another 30 minutes or so after this storm update goes out, and then the storm will proceed towards the northeast. The southern eye wall yet to arrive, and that will be felt also quite considerably on the island. That's all for now. I'll have another update on this storm at some point soon.